I'm working on my own startup, so lots of coding. Lots of
Okay,
coding.
so tell me about your startup. Like, it's an AI space, right?
Yeah, that's right. So it was, I think, 2021 that I got access to GPT-3. Back then, it wasn't as famous as how it is today. Today, everybody talks about ChatGPT and such.
Mm-hmm.
But I started playing around when I got my beta access. I started playing around with it with GPT-3, and it was crazy. Like it was generating crazy stuff. So, and I was doing lots of digital marketing at that time. I still do. So I was like, I need to use this. I need to use this for good, like for something useful for people. So I started working on the first code commit of this startup I'm working on. Started on July 21st. That
Okay.
was the first code push. So
July 21st of
July 21st of 2021.
2021. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So I started then. I wasn't focused in the first 6 months that much, but then it became more serious for me. And when ChatGPT, I guess, news happened, I was so happy because I needed to spend less on ads and
Mm-hmm.
marketing. People knew it, people trust it now. So that's a very good thing for someone who is in the AI space. I've been in love with this, like with the AI and how I can use it for practical usages, I guess, for the past 10 years. Um, to be precise, from the day I saw Boston Dynamics robot Atlas, the first video I saw, I knew that AI and robotics are becoming a thing. Like I was thinking about a day that robotics can combine with like a software, a smart software in its mind, and AI and robotics are, in my mind, are very close together.
Do you think they're gonna take over us, bro?
The definition of takeover, I think, is it could be scary, but it could be nice as well. So
Nice.
yeah, not takeover. I mean, like killing us. I mean, takeover by like as a
Okay.
day-to-day
Okay.
usage. I
Okay.
mean, like
I know what you
so.
mean now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, nobody wants to be dead, right? So,
You know, I've had this idea.
okay.
Um, I I would not execute on this, and the reason is I don't have a passion for it, right? But me and Minnie were actually talking. The company name would be called Engineer Killers,
Okay.
and I would combine virtual reality, augmented reality, um, with computer generated images,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would combine that with AI, and then I would take a product person and be like, hey, for now on, you interact with AI, and AI will give you instant results on what you want. So like have a conversation like an engineer does, and rather than wait 6 months to get a product, boom, and then eliminate the entire engineering department. Gone.
Well, yeah, it will happen um, in the next 10 years. But
Do you think it's going to be the next 10 years? I struggle with this. Like I think it's high chance,
you mean like it's gonna be sooner?
or like sooner or later. Like is your
Um,
prediction 10 years?
for what exactly? So for customer service jobs, for consulting jobs,
Mm-hmm.
I would say 4 years ish is gonna get us scary. Um, and there are some predictions out there as well. 4 years ish. So lots of jobs will be affected, I think. Um, but for coding, it will take around 7 to 10 years because what the chat GPT and what coding is like, what it is capable of today is not coding per se. It's a scripting, what I
Mm-hmm.
call a scripting. It's
Mm-hmm.
just short functions that it works, but it's not coding in terms of software engineering. What we are doing is software engineering. So that means that lots of complexity, lots of functions talking to
Mm-hmm.
each other, lots of logic going into it. That will be done by AI someday, but today I think it's far from it. But when it comes to scripting, writing a SQL query, writing this
Yeah.
function that does this, spin up a page that does this, that's not coding in a way. That's kind of scripting, like a short function, short or a small, isolated application. That it's almost there. Like it's not too bad today. In the next 2 years, it's going to be
No,
awesome.
I use Chat GPT a lot at work. Like for like those things, if you know the exact result that you want, like I like I use it for some Terraform code a lot, where like I want a Terraform module that does these exact things. It's really good at that. Like
Yeah, I can
that
imagine.
boilerplate crap, it
Yep.
does that really well.
Yeah, I can imagine. So yeah, in those areas it does great. I use Copilot in my everyday coding,
The
and it writes.
GitHub.
Yeah, yeah. I have free access. I don't know why I have free access. I started in the beta testing, and I still have free access. So I'm
Is
using
it
it.
better than Chat GPT?
It is different because with ChatGPT, you're saying, do this for me, and then that's it. But in Copilot, while you're coding, it has the context of your code. So it actually gives you suggestions of things related to your code,
Oh,
including variable names, function names, inputs, outputs.
is it your whole code base?
It is the whole code base. So
Wow.
it's actually pretty useful. I would say 20% of my day to day coding is being done by the Copilot, 20 to
Wow.
30%.
And do you notice a difference in like ways where one might excel over the other? Like where Copilot's better than GPT or vice versa?
I would say so because with Copilot, it has the context of what you're
Mm-hmm.
doing. So the suggestions are more useful. I don't, Copilot is not capable, it's not doing, what it's not doing is giving you a whole function just out of blue or
Mm-hmm.
any prompting. You don't do prompting with Copilot.
Okay.
You're coding and it suggests that, are you about to write this? And you just press tab and it writes the whole code for you.
Okay.
So it's different. There's no prompting in Copilot.
Okay. So like if you had an algorithm in mind, like a binary search tree, like you couldn't tell it create me a binary search tree in JavaScript.
No, it doesn't have that.
Okay.
Copilot doesn't work that way. Like it's more, it doesn't have prompting. You're coding, let's say you say const function um, a square like um, I don't know, multiply calculation,
Mm-hmm.
and you start that function without writing the inside the implementation of that function. The suggestions show, are you about to write this?
Okay.
And it does cool stuff, like if you have a const file and let's say you're working on a translation file, and you write the file in English,
Mm-hmm.
and then you open another file and it is let's say in Persian language,
Mm-hmm.
with the same key. As soon as you write the key, it translates the same key in English in Persian, and it
Wow.
suggests that. So
Wow.
it's smart. It's very, very smart. It surprised me. Sometimes I'm too lazy to even go to ChatGPT, and it actually helps.
You know, I find this it's annoying when I have to leave my editor,
Yep.
or even when I have to start to articulate what I'm trying to do. Like if I have to spend 5 minutes creating a detailed prompt, I can totally see.
Exactly. Exactly. So I would suggest you trying Copilot as well. That's kind of, to be honest, the basic idea of the startup as well. Um, the startup is,
Your startup.
yeah, the startup is about helping those who want to sell online, e-commerce platforms, whoever that is working with e-commerce platforms, to do their marketing easier. Right now, let's say as a marketer, you're selling, I don't know, shoes, and you want to start creating your ads. Yeah, you may go to ChatGPT, and then you need to start thinking, what is the right prompt, or find a tool that gives you the right prompt to work with ChatGPT, all that. And even in that case, one prompt may not do. Those who are writing those prompts are just writing prompts to write prompts, but
Mm-hmm.
it may not be as helpful or in detail as you want for like an ad for Google Ads in the detail that you want. Basically, what we are doing is basically empowering the users to do their marketing by kind of interviewing them, like asking the first question, second question, third question, and one by asking those questions, the ad is generated out of those questions. So it's kind of helpful for them versus working with ChatGPT, which is just one prompt, one set
Sure.
of answer.
So it's kind of like a wizard, kind of where.
We call it tools in our
Mm-hmm.
application, but yeah, it's a step by step questions. A step one, answer these four questions, generate the titles. You get the titles, and then you edit them, and you say, okay, now the title of the ads are good. Now generate the descriptions. Before that, we may ask you two more questions.
Okay.
So in this way, we're helping you to actually write the right Google ads instead of just a one-shot chat GPT prompt that may or may not be helpful.
Is it targeted to only Google Ads?
It's targeted for marketing for online store owners. Google Ads is one of our tools. We have blog writer, we have keyword generator,
Mm-hmm.
we have product idea generator. But again, in that part, the main difference between what we are doing compared to others is if you open up like a similar app, like let's say copy.ai, you open that and you see hundreds of small tools that you need to know which one to click, and you
Mm-hmm.
open them. One is only product title generator. You work with the product title generator, it generates the title. Now go to the product description, another tool altogether, and
Okay.
then put the title there and generate the description. Now take your description, go to the next one. So lots of small tools. Instead of that, we combine those tools into one, saying that you want to write a product description. So product description and title and keywords and meta tags, everything could be in one tool.
And what about like images and things?
Yeah. So that's coming in the next month. We are adding images. We are hoping to add images for
Mm-hmm.
ads, images for landing pages,
Okay.
and lots of. My brother is the co-founder, and he's an AI expert, and he is fine-tuning a few models to do the images.
So I have a couple questions. I'm interested. So one would be, do you push directly to the different ads, like to like if I want to put an ad on Google Ads or on Amazon or wherever, do you interface directly? Like I write it once, then I'm like push, and then it will just go there.
That's where we are going. It's in our roadmap in the next 3 months.
Okay.
So the idea is this: imagine this world. You say, I want to start a store. You will start with our first tool, business generator. You say, I want to start selling shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and we ask you a few questions. We define the name of the business. We define the logo. We define the description of the business. Then you say, generate keywords out of this one. You go to the next tool, and this tool is aware of the other tool that you used, so it generates the keywords.
So, question: when you're putting in the product description, right? It are you putting in like the description yourself, or is AI generating the description for you, or is it like both?
So we ask some questions that people may know to write the product description ourselves, but we break down the questions. Let's say for the product description, we say, what is it that you're selling? The
Mm-hmm.
answer is shoes. You
Mm-hmm.
know the answer to shoes. You don't need help to say
Sure.
shoes. The second question is, what are the main features of this product? AI cannot guess your physical product outside, right?
Sure.
They
Yeah.
don't know if it is biodegradable, it is a weather sealed, or I don't know, all the
Mm-hmm.
features of a shoe, right?
Yeah.
So you list all the features that your shoe has without knowing
Okay.
what you want to do with it. Then we ask, is there anything else you want to mention about the shoes? And they may say something or they may not. It's optional. And
Okay.
they say generate with the title of the shoes, with their business information and keywords that we already know in their profile
Wow.
that we ask. And with the information they gave us for the shoes, we generate the full product description. And then when the product description is ready, we call it chaining tools. They click on create an ad out of this product description. So they just generated a product description. They say, now create an ad for this. So we have their business information, keywords, product description, and we can create a Google ad for it. We just ask two more questions. Is it an ad for awareness or for conversion or finding leads, this and that? And then we create the ads for it. So it makes it super easy for store owners to actually, with a chain of events of
Mm-hmm.
like chain of tools, they can actually go from starting their business, writing product description, generating ads, and out of that, a blog post and email marketing as well.
Wow.
And in the next 3 months, we are adding integrations so they can just push the product description and it goes directly to Shopify, to WooCommerce, to the platforms.
That's going to be super cool.
Yeah, I think so. I'm excited.
I can tell. Let me ask this. When I kind of lost my train of thought there. Shit. When you're generating the descriptions and things, how are you determining like this will be useful? Like, are you using analytics to like figure out like, oh, these keywords or like these things mixed together? How are you getting that data? Like, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah. So while we are working on this, there are lots of APIs out there when it comes to keyword generation and quality checking.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of APIs out there that they check for relevancy of your keywords, if it is the right long tails or like main keywords that you need to have to start selling, the trending keywords, what is the CPC or cost per click for those keywords. So there are APIs that actually evaluate the result,
Mm-hmm.
and we make sure that the result is with the high quality, and we also give the indicators to the users so they can actually see the quality of what they're generating.
So you're saying after the ad's published,
Not
they
after as published. When we are generating
mm-hmm.
the keywords, at the keyword stage, we need to make sure that those keywords actually have
Oh, okay.
value
Okay.
before we go to the ads.
And you're calling external APIs to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then after the ad's published, then do they get metrics like in your platform?
At this point, at this second, we don't have that in our short-term roadmap of
Mhm.
the next 3 months. With these, the rest of the stuff I said, you're gonna see half of it is already there. The rest is gonna come out in the next 3 months. But what you just mentioned in terms of seeing metrics, it is in our roadmap, but not in the short-term one, because there are lots we can help with the store owners within this space
Sure. Yeah.
of writing product descriptions. One of them is optimizing their landing pages and product description content. So they can give us a link and we check out, we crawl the page and we say, change these 3 words. It's not aligning with the keywords you're working on. It's not aligning with the content that you're
Okay.
working on. So lots of optimization and suggestions that we can do. So we think that there is still lots of space, lots of things we can do here,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not yet planning to go and onto that metric part of it yet.
I understand. That makes
Yeah.
sense. What about the stuff that you generate,
Mhm.
like copyright stuff like that? Like, are you pulling it from other sources, or like it like how are you generating the actual like words?
Yeah, so it's AR generated with multiple AIs. Right now, the main source is GPT-4,
Okay. Okay.
but the prompt is lots of condition and the way that we are generating the prompt. Let's say that if you fill out these 3 fields,
Mm-hmm.
we change the prompt altogether, or we add or remove some stuff from the prompt based on what you're filling out. So we customize the prompt. It's a long, detailed prompt that we customize. As well as that, for some of the tools, we used other APIs and other models. Right now, we are working on fine tuning a model for image as well, as I mentioned, to fine tune the images for products only. Like we want you to be able to take a photo of a shoe, and then we generate that shoe in a like outside in like by the river. We
Mm-hmm.
generate an
Yeah.
image
Yeah.
of that shoe in the right way, in the right place, and with the right appeal.